And now it is time for the news.
Yes, it is. And the big news this week is that it's time once again for the Top Gear survey. You see, we test the cars for a week, and in that time we can work out how fast they are, how big the boot is, how comfortable they are, but we can't work out what they're like to live with every day, and that is where you come in.
What are you doing?
What?
What are you doing?
Well, this is what you do in the news these days. If you've not been watching news bulletins, they'll walk about with a bit of paper. And then they talk to a camera like this, and then for no obvious reason switch to another one. Like that. And then another. Like that. Anyway, the point is that if your car is on an 03, an 05, an 04, or a 54 plate, we want to hear from you, OK? So please write to us at bbc.co.uk/Top Gear.
Are you going to stop that now?
It's really
It's very irritating.
No, I'm going to do the next bit like Channel 5. You see it, Kirsty Young, she's always halfway up a staircase when she does hers.
Yeah.
Like here.
It's like news pole dancing.
It is!
No, that's worse. That is worse. Sit down. Just try sitting down.
I'll give it a whirl.
Well, it might catch on.
Let's see.
What do you think? It's crazy.
We could do the news like this. What do we think?
I quite like it.
Old-fashioned way like
nice,
Kendall. Here we go.
OK, here we are with the sitting down news, which comes from Subaru, who are arranging a series of track days for £250. You can go to the Pro Drive test track and you can thrash around in an Impreza or one of those bigger ones whose name
Legacy.
Legacy, that's the one. There's only a few conditions. You have to be 18 years or over. You have to have had a full driving licence over a year. Oh, and you have to be between 5'2" and 6'7", so that's you two out. Excellent.
That's
Tightest, that,
is
frankly.
heightest.
I can't think of a better recommendation, actually.
Than what?
Us not being able to do it.
Exactly. I'll be going. I'll see you there.
Yeah. Hey, now listen, I have found what I consider to be pretty close to the perfect car. You know, last year I went to the south of France, drove the Audi RS4. Fantastic thing, OK? Well, they've now brought out this version of it, OK? An RS4 Cabriolet. Now, that's about as good as it's going to get.
I think that radiator grille's pretty gopping, though.
Yeah, listen, but Uma Thurman's got big hands. You're not going to say, get out of my house, are you?
Yes.
Because she's got big hands.
I don't like girls with big hands.
Why don't you like girls with big hands?
Well, it just looks wrong, doesn't it? You get a
What
woman and
looks
she
wrong?
says, "Hi, James, I'm Irma," you know, with a great big hand. That's just wrong. It's all big.
Get back. Listen, this has got 414 brake horsepower, four-wheel drive, goes like the clappers, sounds absolutely wonderful. Brilliant car, that.
You
Brilliant.
said, did you not, that the only person who ever looked good in the back of a four-seat convertible was Adolf Hitler?
Yes,
say that.
I did say that, but it doesn't matter because the front seats in an RS4 are so kind of big and buckety, you can't get anyone in the back anyway.
Oh, brilliant. So you're saying the best thing about your four-seater cabriolet is you can only fit 2 people in it?
Yes.
God, you do talk some rubbish sometimes, mate. You really do.
60 grand as well, good value. Hey, now listen, anyone see the Monte Carlo Grand Prix at the weekend? See it?
Yeah.
Really?
Actually, no.
No, I didn't think you would have done, no.
I didn't watch it as well.
No, they never watched Formula One, OK? Now, here's the thing. Michael Schumacher is on his hot lap, OK, qualifying lap, yeah? And then he kind of stops and blocks the road and everyone says, oh, that was cheating because he was going to be on pole position. Now, even if it was cheating, and I'm not sure that it was, how brilliant is that? You're driving 120 miles through Monte Carlo, like this, and then you think, I know what I'll do. If I just stop here, I'll block the traffic, so I'll pretend to have an accident and it won't really be one, and there I am on pole. Honestly, he's a genius, that man.
It's not exactly sporting, is it?
That's the trouble with Formula One. Everyone's obsessed about sporting behaviour. You see in the Nürburgring, do you see after qualifying there? There's, what's his name, the other Renault driver, Fisichella charging down the pit lane to go and plant one on Villeneuve. And they go, oh, that's not very sporty. It is. He's a young Mediterranean racing driver, and he wants to plant a big, kind of stupid, short-sighted, baggy-trousered Canadian. And he should have got points for it. He should have got extra points for that.
So you're saying drivers should just get, like, random points?
Yes.
And who's going to give them these points?
Me.
Oh, there's a surprise. And let me guess, you're going to sit in, like, a big box high up, overlooking the circuit, maybe with a crown made of leaves and a toga. And then at the end, you can decide whether they win or they lose. Like, really bad.
I like the leaves.
I thought you
hadn't
might.
thought of the leaves.
Only that.
I would have given Schumacher 100 for being Dick Dastardly. There we are.
Right. Can I move on, only at your age, I'm worried
I've
about
got
the
another
stress.
idea. You know people in Sheffield nightclubs that are always egging their mates on to have a fight?
Well, yes.
Every one of the pit garages should have one of those. Hey, you'll see that Alonso. He was looking at your pit board. You know,
Starting
he
fights.
spilt your practice lap. What are you going to do? You can't do nothing. It'd be brilliant. So listen, Bernie, if you're watching, you've got my number. Give me a call and some leaves. I'm your man.
On now to one of the coolest cars of the year.
What?
It is a Ford People Carrier. There it is, look at that.
Now, you know last week, Richard, you banged your head while you were driving my Mercedes
Yes.
Cottage. Has this...
No, seriously, bear with me. For one thing, it's absolutely... I mean, it's a 7-seater MPV, but look, it's really cool looking. That is a great car.
He's absolutely right. I've driven it and I'd have it, and I'm a bachelor.
Yeah, it drives really well, and...
But what I mean is, I like it as a car. I don't have to think, yes, the seats swivel, I can get a lot of brightly coloured mother care rubbish
No,
in the
you
back.
can just have your little brush for cleaning your air vents in there, James.
James May on parenting, brightly coloured mother
Me and
care
my
stuff.
brush.
Anyway, thing is, you can get that 2.5-litre 5-cylinder engine from the Fast Focus ST, so it sounds brilliant, it's fast, it handles well.
It's
a cool car.
comfortable. It's good.
What you're saying then is if your condom bursts, it's not a problem anymore. That's your answer. Now, ordinarily, I would not plug any show that these two are appearing in, okay? But James has recently signed up to host a programme on Sky 32, okay, called When Sharks Attack, okay?
Yeah.
Now, this is worth watching because I've managed to procure a still from the production of James, and here it is. This is a show you cannot miss.
Is that legal in this country?
Well, be honest.
It's the Barbie doll thing. Here you go, the Ken and Barbie crotch. There's nothing happening.
No, that...
I don't know why you're laughing.
Oh, hang on, I haven't done anything silly lately.
There was a picture in the paper last week, which I've got on your Grail programme. The publicity shot, here it is. How small was that horse? It was about Mr. Hamleys, have you got a My Little Pony? I looked at it and I thought, that's what horses look like when I get on them, so God knows what that was. Anyway, listen, that is the end of the news. Now we must move on. You remember last year I went out to California and drove a Honda NSX around a racetrack there. It was all to do with racing a time I'd set on a PlayStation game. Now, the thing was, I did it in, I think, 1 minute 58, OK? After a couple of laps, I got to 1 minute 58. And then, no matter how many times I went round, I couldn't go any faster than that. It was my limit of talent and bravery.
Yeah, and after Jeremy's, frankly, useless efforts were put on the television, a Scottish lady called Jackie Stewart wrote to us, saying that she could get any one of us to any racetrack in the country, in any car, get us to set our best time, and then she could get us to knock 20 seconds off that time.
He. It's a he. Jackie Stewart's a he.
Righto.
Anyway, the point is, we decided to accept his challenge. Only we gave him the most difficult pupil of them all. Him.